Whoa. There we go. Maybe I got it. Hi, Linda. Oh my gosh, I miss you. I haven't seen you in forever. Hi, Kim. Just getting set up here. It'll take me just a second. Ah, there it is. All right, finally, goodness gracious. All right, I think I'm ready to rock and roll. I apologize for the delay, but I guess I'm only a minute late, right? We are going to play tonight with this Carnival Critters. This is one of the few stamps I've actually put a label on. And it tells me that this stamp set was first released in June of 22, which is crazy to me that was 4 years ago. Isn't that nuts? My sister was telling me the other day, this saying that she likes is that the days go by slow and the months go by super fast. And she is so correct. Oh dear. Okay. All right, we're good. Just the UPS guy. Sorry about that. All right, so anyway, insanity. It is insanity. This is just not helping, is it? I was trying to put something behind this so you could see how cute this stamp set is. Let me see here. Maybe if I pull one of these out of here where it's, yeah, that helps a little bit. You can see it a little bit better, huh? So there's this darling little mouse, these 3 fun tickets, a penguin with his ice cream, a bunny with his cotton candy, a bear with his popcorn, and a squirrel with his balloons, and then these really fun fireworks. And I chose this stamp set because late July, early August is always fair season around here. And I love Carnival food, like love Carnival food. It's the worst. You've used the tickets a lot. I love the tickets too. And the layering fireworks. Wonderful. I wanted to use the layering stencil, but I couldn't find it, and I think it's out of stock anyway. So I chose... Are we still going? I can't see myself. I think it paused because Carnival Critters is 50% off. That's awesome. I think it paused because my phone was ringing, doggone it. Let's see if I'm still on. I can't see myself on here, but let's see. Oh, okay. I think we're good. Yay. I forgot to, yeah, sorry about that. Someone was trying to call me. And I don't think it was my family because I usually warn them that I'm going to be on a live. Anyway, so I'm playing with this stencil. And then, oh Lord, I'm the worst at names when I have to remember them. When someone else is trying to remember, I'm usually pretty good for some reason. But this is a fun stamp set. It's candy. And I figured that goes, it's like Halloween, but it could also very much be Carnival because you've got all the Carnival candy and, you know, cotton candy and suckers and all the other stuff. So we're going to use that as well. So 3 stencils. We're going to do something a little bit different. Yeah, it pauses. Doggone it. That's a pain. Okay, so I have cut, hi Michelle, I have cut a 4 by 5 1/4 inch just white coloring cardstock panel to work with. And the inks I've chosen for tonight are Lucky Limeade, the Purple Pansy, which I believe is the ink of the month this month. And I could not find my Luscious Lemon, but I'm going to use my Yummy Yellow. It might be a little yellower than I wish. Okay, I think, so, and then I'm using Copic markers to color. And I think that's it. So I did not get a chance to practice this. I have absolutely no idea if this is going to turn out or not. It was an idea that was rolling around in my head the other night, and I sincerely hope that it works, but we shall see, okay? So please don't judge me harshly if it doesn't turn out exactly. It's an experiment in fun. And what I don't do terrific, maybe will turn out great for you. So we're going to try that. The first thing I'm going to do is kind of think about, well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a popcorn container to put on my base, I think. So what I'm doing is I'm going to take this little piece of cardstock, and I don't have a clue what size this is. So let me see here. I just found it in my scrap bin. This looks like it is a 3-inch wide by 3.5-inch little piece of cardstock, and might end up cutting it down a little bit if it's too big. But the idea is that I'm going to make like a little popcorn box, and I'm going to put it on the front. And Purple Pansy is the ink. Yay, I got the right one. 20% off. So you have your critters on sale, your Carnival critters, and your Purple Pansy ink on sale. So woohoo, I love that. Okay, so yeah, I think that might be the right size. We might have to cut it down a little bit. I have no, again, I'm just going to caveat this with, I have no idea if this is going to work. But my thought was that, you know, if I could make a little popcorn box, so I'm going to take this. Do I need to, you guys, do you want me to zoom in just a tad? Let me know if I'm too far away. I can zoom in maybe just a little bit. Let's see here. It might be too much. Let's see. Let's see how this works. Is that any better? I'll wait for it to catch up for a sec here. Oh, okay, perfect. We'll go with that. All right, so let me think. How did I do this when I was dreaming about it? So I'm going to fold in. Yeah, I'm going to fold in one of the bottom, kind of fold it in like this. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm kind of creating a, and I'm leaving, I don't know if you can see this or not. I'm not worrying about it being exact, but I am, oopsie, what am I doing? Hold on, hold the phone. I think I messed up, maybe. It's not going to be perfect, you guys, but it's going to be okay. So let's see. So then I'm going to flip it over. Yeah, it's like a tall, skinny popcorn box, right? I might make it a little shorter. I'm going to trim off the pieces that makes you think of fold the cheese. Cute, Kim. Okay, so I'm just going to trim off the little pieces that are peeking out, so that I have my box. Yes, indeed. And then I'm going to lay it on my base and decide if I want it that tall. I might, because here's my thought. So I'm going to put the bear on one side with his popcorn, and the bunny with his cotton candy on the other side. And then we're going to have some grass that they sit on. So I'm thinking that's my idea. It looks like I probably want it a little bit shorter, so I'm going to whack off a little bit on here. Let's see here. Okay, I probably cut off about 1/2 inch. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to put it kind of at an angle. And then my next thought is I'm going to draw some red stripes on the popcorn box. Now, the stamp has the stripes going vertical, or sorry, horizontal. But do I want to do it the same way? I always think of a popcorn box with the lines going up and down. But, let me grab my red marker while I think about it. And let's see, I'll tell you guys, it was a struggle to find all my supplies because most of them are still boxed up from my move. And where are my glasses? Here we go. Got my glasses. Okay. So let's see. Do I do vertical or horizontal stripes? I'm thinking I'm going to do vertical. If I regret it, I can always do it again, right? So I'm going to unfold it for just, well, no, I'm not. I'm going to just hold it down. I'm going to use the fat end of my Copic, which is generally the end I try to pick even when I'm not supposed to. And this is an R29. So I'm just going to go along the box and I'm going to do some lines. So, and I'm not going to worry too much, even though usually I do, about whether or not my lines are straight or the same width. I'm just going to make some lines because it's fun. Whoops, and there I went off track. Dang it. I am worrying about it, but you know what? I'm going to be okay with it. And I think I can get one more in and then maybe a fat one at the end. So yeah, hey, what not? Why not, right? I think it's okay. Then I'm going to just put some red at the bottom here and a little bit of red at the top just to kind of bring it all together, right? So that's our popcorn box and I really like that. Now I'm going to find a piece of scrap paper. Here we go, found some. And I'm gonna use the chubby clouds to make some popcorn. And it's gonna take a little bit of cutting, but if I put them close enough together, maybe it won't take much. So I'm going to grab my Yummy Yellow, which if you have the lighter yellow, I think it's called Luscious Lemon, I think that would actually be just perfect for popcorn, but I could only find my Yummy Yellow, so that's what we're using. I'm using these daubers, which I found in my box, and I have never used them before, so I'm kind of excited about the opportunity to use my fun daubers. And I'm trying not to pounce too heavy, but for me, that's a challenge. Okay, so I'm going to see how I've done with that. Then I'm gonna fill in maybe the gaps a little bit. So let's see if we can get some more popcorn in there somehow. Let's see, maybe like this. And then I don't know, we'll just see how that kind of all fits. Oh Lord, that looks like a mess. Let's see, let's try this. Yeah, it's okay. I think it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be just fine, peoples. Okay, there's that. Yeah, it's okay. Like, it could be different, right? But I'm just going with the flow at the moment. Let's see if we can get something going on here. And then, you know, what I could also do is I can just kind of use my Copics if I need to, or kind of cut around, but let's see how much of that might work. The pouncers are awesome. Like, I'm like, why have I not used these before? They're so much fun too. They're just like, woohoo. Yeah, they cover great. Okay, putting that aside so that I don't get myself off on a little tangent somehow, which is very possible. Putting the yellow aside, I'm going to lay my popcorn box down and see. Yeah, I think I can make that work. I'm going to kind of cut around. Let's see here. I'm going to go, I don't know, you guys. I'm really, truly just messing around. I just felt like these little clouds could almost look like popcorn. And so, I don't know, just different ways. Because I can't draw to save my life. And my pattern papers are all somewhere. in a box labeled craft room. I have so many boxes labeled craft room, and many more boxes than I think I have a room. So it will be interesting to see if I can actually get all of those boxes and into this new room. All right, so sorry if this is a little bit boring for you, but I think it might be great. Let's see. Oh, hey, that's going to be cute. I just need to maybe put a little definition in it, like by drawing a little bit, so it's going to kind of spill out, I think. And then I could probably do one or two falling out. I think that would look really cute. Ooh, I think that'd look cute. I'm going to try it. But before I do, let me see if I can find... Ooh, I don't know if that's the right color. What color is this? Let's try this as a Y32. And I'm just going to try to fill in a little bit of the popcorn shapes so that it's like, doesn't just look like a yellow blobby mess. And this one's got extra butter, so I'm going to put some extra butter in that one. Oh, I love how this is looking. That's so cool. Very cool. Let's see here. Let's give some more butter down here. This piece needs some more butter. This one's some more butter. We're gonna go up here. What do you guys think? Oh my gosh, I am loving it. I think it turned out surprisingly wonderful. Ah, thank you, Kim. I'll take you are brilliant any old day. Yeah, it doesn't hurt my feelings to hear I'm brilliant. Okay, so I'm going to hold this up just a little bit. And, oh my goodness, I really do love that. Like, that really does look kind of like popcorn. Oh, I love when something works. Okay, so we're going to do that, and then we're going to fit it on, let's do some grass on our panel. Oh, I'm so excited about how that worked. Ha, and I'm brilliant. I love that. I'm brilliant. I will take that with me everywhere I go. All right, let's do some grass. And let me think a minute. Do I have it the right way? I want tall grass, short grass. I don't know. I just want some grass. So I'm going to probably move this a little bit as we get closer, but I chose Lucky Limeade for the green. And I have another pouncer. Woohoo, another new pouncer. Like, this is so exciting. I guess that's the fun thing about moving, right? I had forgotten that oops, I'm messing this up already. Let me think. I got to go the other way so that I get the grass going down. There we go. Okay, here we are. I had forgotten I even had these. You know, I had them tucked in a drawer. And so when I was moving, I was like, oh my goodness, this is so fun. And then when I was digging around today, right after I got off work, trying to find my ink pads, I found these again, and I couldn't find my other brushes that I normally use for Kimmy's inks. So I was super excited. I was like, yeah, it's a sign. It's a sign that I need to use them. Okay, so I kind of reversed that. Let's see. Oh, sure. I like that. Let's go with that. And then, let's see, I'm going to move this over just a bit so I don't end up with a bunch of white space. There we go. And do some more. Well, let's see how, whoopsie, it fell right out of there. A little miss-aggressive here. All right, let's see what we got for grass. I am just cool with that. That looks lovely. Okay, so moving that aside. So fun. So very fun. Okay, then let's go back and look at where our popcorn box is going to go. And our popcorn spilling out of the container. Whoopsie. It's hanging up on a ridge there. There we go. There's our poppy corn. Okay, then I think I will, if that's where I know I want it to be, I'm going to grab that Chubby Cloud stencil again and just do a couple more kernels. But you know, using a pouncer, I don't want to get it on yellow where I don't want it. So hang on a sec, I'm going to grab a piece of tape if I can find it. Well, I don't know where my tape is, but I do have this piece of paper that I can use to block where I don't want to get ink on there. So I'm just gonna go like this, and I'm gonna move that. And this has already got, oh shoot, I should probably, let me think, how am I gonna protect this? It would sure be helpful if I had tape. Okay. There we go. I'm just going to do this so that I don't get it everywhere, right? Quite a process. But you know, this is like teaching you. This is how you make do if you don't have what you need, right? Yeah. It's really called Crazy Crafting with Crafty Girl Danielle. There we go. And let's see, cover that up. Might need a little bit more yellow. There we go. I don't want a ton of pieces because I am going to put the bunny down. So let's see. We'll leave it at that. Where is my marker? I will trace it. There we go. I think that should work. And yes, we're going to put that down. Coolness. We got this. Okay. So the forgot what I was going to say. It'll come back to me. The bunny and the bear are the two images I'm going to use, but I want to glue this down first. So I got to get some glue. Okay, I got it. All right, let's see. So want to leave room to put the bear on there. So I think right about here. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue there. Yep, let it be for a sec because it is folded, so it does want to bump up a tiny bit. So we're going to just let that sit for a second. I'm going to put some of the glue on this and slide it behind, under and behind. Let's see here, get in there, you. There we go, very good. There we go, so far so good, eh? And then, let's see here, we'll put some on here. I'm super excited about this. I love when you have an idea and somehow it kind of magically comes together. Isn't that like the best? Like being excited about the little things, right? Like, so I'm just gonna add a little bit more definition here because it kind of blended in, and that's okay. I suppose, you know, if you were talented, you could have figured out how to draw the popcorn on your own. But you know what? I really kind of like the way I was able to use the cloud stencil to help me do something different with it. Like, I really love that. I like to find new ways to use things. So, okay, there's that. The proportion is kind of crazy, but it's all right. All right, so I was gonna use a little bit of the, I want candy up here. So let's see. I'm gonna try to focus, I'm using the purple. We got all kinds of colors going on here. I am going to, let's see, what am I going to end up with if I do it this way? I don't even know, but I'm going to try it. Okay, I'm not going to do this, but I am going to, come off of there, please. Yeah, it really kind of is. Probably should have made it a little bit smaller, huh, Michelle? But I don't know, like, it's okay. All right, so I'm just gonna use the purple. I'm not gonna use two colors because I think I got a lot of colors going on here. That's off the page. We got a worm. I'm gonna do a worm. And the bunny's gonna go down there, so I'm not gonna mess around with that. All right, let's see what the next layer will provide for us. So I know that I want my, yeah, there's the rest of my little gummy worm. There we go. So let's get him in there. I just wanted a little hint of, you know, the fun because of the popcorn and the cotton candy that the bunny is holding, so. And I really wanted to use this ink. So we have a worm and a little bit of candy, and I think we're good. But I do want to maybe darken this up just a hair up here. So that it looks like I intentionally wanted it there, right? Okay. Oh, that's fun. It's kind of a busy card, but it's a carnival, right? You know how the portion, yes, thank you. You're right. I will tell you, like, I'm going to tattle on myself. I'm kind of embarrassed, but you know, you only have fair once a year. And I have not indulged in the, do you guys have the little mini cinnamon sugar donuts that come out hot? They're so delicious and full of grease and cinnamon and yumminess. And I have not had them for the last 2 or 3 fairs. And this year I was like, you know what? I am going to have those mini donuts. And so I go to order them, and they aren't as expensive as I thought, which was a bonus. But the bag had like 14 little mini donuts in it. And yeah, yep, so good. And I was only going to have 5, and I ate the whole bag, you guys, because they don't stay good. Like, the grease all gets soaked in, and they don't stay good after the fact. And I mean, that wasn't the reason I ate all 14 of them, but it was my justification after the fact when I was feeling really guilty about eating 14 little donuts, and then going right to bed at midnight. It was quite funny, actually. Let's see. I'm looking for, there we go, a piece of paper. Kim. Yeah, 14 of them. And oh my gosh, they were so good. But I like stewed about it like in my guilty brain for, I don't know, a day or 2 afterwards. I just couldn't believe I ate 14 of them. But they were so good. So now I'll skip it for a couple of years, and then I'll do it again, I guess, right? Maybe next time I'll share with someone. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna stamp these out. Maybe I'll share with someone. Oh yeah, that's Lay's potatoes. Potato chips, you're right. But Yeah, oh, just so good. And then every time you shake the bag, you get more cinnamon sugar on the donuts, and they just like melt in your mouth. So yeah, so, you know, I also was thinking when I was picking my, you know, like I told you, when I was picking the stamp set, you know, what does, yeah, outdoors is our theme, and, you know, what does that mean, and what usually happens around this time of year. And yeah, so my inspiration was because I also wanted a hand-dipped corn dog, and I guess I was looked out for by someone up above because I could not find the hand-dipped corn dogs. That would have been really disastrous if I had eaten the hand-dipped corn dog. They're giant and so good, and then 14 donuts. Like, hello, that is not okay. All right, so let's see. We're gonna color these cute little duties. Let's see. I'm gonna do. Depends on what I can find for colors here. I'm gonna do the bunny in E40. And I'm just gonna start. I want him to mostly, because it's summer, so he's a little bit brown still. There we go. So I'm just kind of coming around all the, I don't know, I'm trying to decide if I want to leave him a little white or a little more brown. And I think I'm going to go a little more brown, but I don't want him dark, dark brown. So yeah, I'm going to start filling him in. I like that better. So this is E40. Here we go. Probably, yeah, I'm gonna grab like a 43 maybe, if I can find it. And, oops, that's not it. That's not it. Well, I found a 31. Let's see what that looks like. Maybe I just want to put a little bit more. Yeah, there, that'll be fine. I'm okay with that. I just, whoopsie, I made a little bit of a blurby there. Let's see, so I just kind of want to add a little bit more contrast, and then I'll blend it in with the, again with the E40. We had, I don't remember what day it was. I think it was Monday. Yeah, Monday. Sunday wasn't bad. Monday was like in the high 60s. We went from 90, almost 100 to the high 60s. And it was glorious. It was so nice not to be so hot. And then it's just been slowly building this week. We'll be back up, I think, close to 100 by Saturday. Tomorrow's supposed to be like 90 something. Okay, the tail, I think I'm just gonna just put a little bit of, yeah, just kind of color a little bit around there. And then maybe look for pink for the belly. How about EO2 might be a little strong, but we'll try it. We can always blend it out a little bit if it's too pink. Yeah, I don't care. I'll use my colorless blender or my E41. There, I'll use that. Okay. We'll just give it some pink belly. And then my E41, which I've already buried somewhere. Oh, 40, I guess I was using E40, sorry. And just kind of fill that in so it's not too pink. Maybe we could say if it was really pink, he had a sunburned belly, right? Oh, I forgot a hand. We can't forget the hand, a sticky hand on the other side of the popcorn, right? All right, then we're gonna make it purple. We want purple cotton candy. And I hope I have a color that is close to that. I think V12 might be good. I'm gonna, oh, look at that. That's pretty cool. All right, we're gonna give it a V12 cotton candy. Do you guys like cotton candy? I have never really been a fan. I don't know why. I do like sugar a lot, too much, but I don't know, there's something about cotton candy that I don't love. Even when I was a kid, I wasn't crazy about it. I'd like to know if you guys like it. There's our purple cotton candy, and we're gonna color the tongue. I forgot the tongue. With an R20. We're going to we're going to do the handle of the, there. I used just a, it's tiny. I just used a BB20 because that's what I could find. And a nose. We need to give the nose a color. So let's give it kind of, I like dark noses on bunnies. I don't know why. We'll give this, what is this? BV29. Speaking of donuts, did you see a Harry Potter? I did, Kim. I was going to ask you about that. If I knew you saw it, but I was going to be like, oh, I wanted to call your attention to it. Yes, I saw that. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay, and then, so there's our bunny. I'm just going to make the eyes a little bit darker on both of these guys. All right, now the bear, we're gonna do a little bit darker. Oh, I just love how cute that is. That's really cute. Let's see, the bear. How about if we do the bear? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Is that what we want? E37, E25, E27, E57. And we'll do E37. Why not? He's a bear. He's a cute bear. All right, so let's start with him. It's kind of like an exercise in feeling comfortable with what you have, you know, which is stretching me outside of my bounds. But that's why I also grabbed my Copics instead of my Ohuhus, because my Copics I've used for so long that I know when I grab a number exactly what it's going to look like. And I have not figured out yet. This is really dark. I might have to, I'm thinking I'm going to make his face a little lighter. Let me see if I can find a 35. But my Ohuhus don't always look like I think they're going to, and not even close actually. And I still have to pull out my color guide a lot and figure that out. So, but with my Copics, I'm like, I know exactly what E37 and E34 look like. And I know how they blend on this paper. So this paper is getting down to the last bits of my Copic Express paper. But I've noticed that the Copic Express paper for me doesn't work as well with the Ohuhus as my Copics. So I've been using like a Nina instead for my Ohuhus, and they do better with that. So, and I think I heard, like I bought this big ream of the, what do I want to say? The Copic Express paper like 3 years ago. And it's, and I've only used it exclusively for coloring. Like I didn't use it for stenciling or anything else because you know, it's expensive and I didn't want to waste it. But then I heard recently, and I'm hoping I heard incorrectly, but I heard that it's really hard to get, or we're not going to be able to get it. I'm not sure exactly which it was anymore. And I'm like, oh, great. Now I'm going to have to figure something else out. But did anybody tell me if they like cotton candy yet? I am curious to know. And if so, what is your favorite flavor? My sisters, well, I don't know, but I can't remember my youngest sister. My middle sister loved blue cotton candy, like loved it. But she's also like a candy hound of any kind, and she doesn't like chocolate. What type of paper? The Copic Express, Kim. Do you know if they're still, I thought I heard that they were going to be discontinuing or already have or something. Oh, this little bear is so cute. These critters are just precious. So fun. Okay, we're gonna give the bear a black nose too. Haven't been able to get it for a couple of years. Okay, so that that explains. I mean, again, I haven't tried because I bought mine, like I bought a huge bunch of it 3 years ago, and I'm getting down to the end of it, unfortunately. So, and that's what sparked me to think about looking for it. Okay, so we need some popcorn colors. We're gonna try some light and some dark. Not a cotton candy person either. Yeah, you're gonna have chocolate. Yes, I agree. I agree. I've lately kind of, I don't know why, gotten into Sour Patch Kids. I just am like, I crave the silly things, which is so funny. Okay, so I'm using Y17, correct? Yes, Y17. And I'm dotting in some of that, really buttery pieces. And then I'm gonna dot in a little bit of Y13 to create my little popcorn bucket. Olo markers, yeah, I tested them at some convention when they were very first rolling them out, and I really liked them, but I had made such a huge investment in my Copics that I couldn't justify at the time. But as my Copics have been dying, and as they're harder to get a hold of, I tried the Ohuhus because I got to play with Melanie's and Kim's at the cabin, and I was like, well, they're pretty smooth. The colors are a little weird, but they're a much less money. They color great. It's just, you know, the paper's a little fussy for me, and the color, you know, not getting what you really think is the color is different. But I would like to start kind of working my way into some Olo markers too. They're pretty cool. All right, so now I'm gonna do the popcorn. I always save red for last because I don't want it to spread. Like if you use it first, it seems like then you start to color other things and it pulls in, which I do kind of want to do very carefully, a little bit of a grayish color. Maybe I'll use this E40 again, very carefully, just so it doesn't look like I forgot to color or something. So right off the bat, I'm blending a little of the red in there, but oh well, I'm okay with it. All right, we have our little critters colored. So now I'm gonna cut them out and I'm gonna get them on this card with this giant popcorn. I think I'm really gonna like it. I really wanna pop them up, and I might not be able to do that with you guys because I don't have, well, somewhere I have my phone. I had put it away after I did my Mermaid Treasures class. I had pulled it out for that, and Lord only knows where I set it. because I had just kept out enough for that. So I knew exactly what I had, what I needed in the midst of everything. So I'm leaving a little bit of a white border. And I'm not worrying too much about, is it even all the way around? I'm just doing it. I'm going to apologize if you hear my tummy growl. I had snacks before I left the office, just in case, but I can feel it starting to tell me it wants some food. Okay, there's my bear. Oh, you guys, isn't that going to be cute? Like, seriously. And then I think I'm going to put a ticket right there. All right, let's see. We'll move that over. And let's cut on the bunny. Bunny, 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 bunny. Ooh, I almost cut his ear off. Ooh, jeepers. Jeepers. That was a little crazy. Okay. So, zoinkies or whatever. Isn't that what they used to say in Scooby-Doo? Zoinkies. I miss some of the old cartoons. I don't really miss Bugs Bunny. I wasn't really a super big fan, but we didn't have a lot of options when we were little. This is what the bunny made me think of Bugs Bunny for some reason. But I did love Scooby-Doo. And it was funny though, because I loved when it scared my sister. The monsters scared my sister. I, of course, thought that was quite funny, but that's what the older sister does. Okay, we're getting closer. These are really easy to trim out, which is lovely. I mean, if I hadn't done all the background stuff, could have just stuck them right on the front too, but yeah, they're so easy and quick. Ta-da! Okay, there's that. Let's see here. So if I were to put, we'll just kind of go this way so we can see some of the popcorn. The bear is going to be on that. Oh, I think this is so cute. And then I think I'll do a ticket. What does my ticket say? What do I have for options here? I have a one that says, admit one, you're a winner, a special treat for you. That's our one we're going to use, a special treat for you. And I think I'll do it in purple. So let's see here. I'm just going to stamp it off on the side real quick, so I don't have to move everything around. Let's see here. Where is my purple? There it is. Oops, I was a little concerned that I had picked too many different colors, but I kind of like it. I think it's fun. And I do think I like that the stripes are not the same way as the bear's popcorn, because it makes it look very different. So let's see here how we did. Maybe another time here. There we go. I love these tickets. They're so cute. All right, where did I put? There we go. All right, I'll give this a quick trim out as well. And where did it go? It's right in front of my face. Okay, so think I'm not going to worry about trying to do the little curves. I'm just going to cut straight across. And if you don't mind, I may just see quickly if I can find a little foam tape, because I think that would be fun. I'm just going to glue that straight down, but I do want to put a little bit of, I want to pop these up just a little bit. So let me look here. Okay, well, it is just not meant to be that I'm going to find them. So I'm going to go ahead and, you know, I could use a piece of cardstock, build it up just a little bit. I'm going to try that. Why not, right? Let's try it. We're in the let's just try it stage at the moment. So we're just going to do it. And nobody can say otherwise, right? So there's that one. And I'm going to do it again. There we go. And Mr. Bunny. Let's see what we can do with Mr. Bunny here. We'll just give him a little bit of glue. I want to make sure I don't have anything weird sticking out. I don't think I do. I think I'm okay. And then I'll just cut another little piece. I mean, it's not going to give it as much dimension, but it's okay. Like, I just want a little bit, right, of something. And so I'm just going to pop it on there. And I think it will be fine. And if it isn't, I'll be okay with it. Right, 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 right. You got it. Okay, bunny ears. I don't know about the bunny ears. Those are pretty little. Let's see here. Let's try that. This experiment is turning into a fiasco, but no, it's not. It's going to work. What are you saying? Do not allow that negativity to enter your life, girl. All right, let's see here. Let's try a little bit more. Will this one work? I'm probably going to have to trim that one down a little bit. Yep, that's fine. No negativity allowed. We're going to make it work no matter what. Okay. All right, well, yeah, no, that's okay. And then, let's see, do I want to pop up? No, I don't want to pop up the tag. I'm going to, or the ticket, I mean. So a special treat for you is going to go on there. It looks blurry when I don't have my glasses on. I kind of freaked out there for a sec. All right, and then we're going to put our bear on there. Oops, dropped him. There we go, and I want him, he's going to be up on the grass a little bit and overlapping. Oh my goodness, I just think that's adorable. Alrighty, and then my bunny. Let's get my bunny on there. And I want to see some of the popcorns, so I'm moving the bunny more toward the side. There we go. And let's see, do I have a card base? I don't, but I cut this 4 inches by 5 1/4. So I think what I'll do is put probably a purple, so that purple stays like maybe the dominant color. I'm going to put a purple mat underneath it and then put it on a white card base, because I do know where my purple cardstock is. So What do you think? I really love it. I'm kind of thinking maybe I need one more little piece of popcorn over here. What do you think? I'm going to do a little piece of popcorn. Actually, I'm going to do a big piece of popcorn. We're going to go right here and we're going to let that happen. We're going to try it. Thank you, Kim. It did come together well, didn't it? I'm super happy about that because again, I wasn't sure what exactly was going to happen. Whoa, everything fell out. So back to my yummy yellow, which doesn't want to be, there we go, opened with just one hand. All right, let's see how that looks. Oh, I love that. I like it. Maybe, all right, and you know, it's just hard for me to stop being like, oh, and then I got to try this. So I'm going to do one more up here. And I think I'll do one of these little ones again. Where did my peeper go? There's that. So fabulous. Thank you. Thank you, Kim. That's very nice of you. Very, very nice of you. Oops, I got my fingernail. I colored my fingernail. So now I might have to go get some yellow polish. Boy, that really got me too. Okay, let's see how we did. Perfect. I just love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So fun. Okay, so sorry I didn't have my backer piece, but let me put this on a clean piece of paper. Actually, I could just kind of fold this. This is my Copic paper, but you don't even really need, if you want to keep it a little less crazy. But I do want a purple matte. Love the matte kind of stuff on my cards. So there, I'm just gonna kind of put that there so we can get a picture of it at the end. And I'll post the finished product in the group later today. Let me go out maybe just a little bit. There, that should work. And I thank you so very much for joining me tonight. That was really fun, and I hope I gave you some new ideas and a fun way to play with your stencils. So, cloudy with a chance of meatballs with a side of honey, I shrunk the kids. Oh, I like that, Michelle. It's definitely whimsical, right? Like it is so whimsical. But you know, that's what I like the best. That's my favorite kind of card to make. So yeah. Oh, you're welcome, Kim. Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity to share with you all tonight. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening and a good Friday. And I will say goodbye and see you later, Gata. Bye.